Welcome to Winnipeg. Yes. Okay. Here's what's happened. It had been my hope today to fasten the LEDs in the top of this thing before I start getting some delicate stuff attached to it. And I got a message yesterday in the late afternoon from Amazon, and my wire that was supposed to be delivered last night or late yesterday afternoon, something's happened and it's been delayed. So I won't be doing that today. But I do think that what I can do is I can determine where on this part are these larger pieces going to go. Like one of these and one of the smaller ones and this one. Well, I know for a fact that this one is not going to be in the way. Okay, it's going to be nowhere near where we're going to want to put that LED. Like maybe I should turn this around here. The LEDs will probably go like here and here if I'm going to put two of them in and have them a little bit dim. I keep saying we'll see how it goes. You know, I keep talking about having each one individually adjusted with a potentiometer, and whether I'm actually going to do that or not, I don't know. It could be that I'm just going to put them all together in a parallel and just sort of turn it down to maybe 2.75 volts or something like that and have them all the same intensity and just hope it's right. That would be by far the easiest. But you know, as I've mentioned before, I sometimes have these grandiose ideas, and when it actually comes to doing it, I'm thinking this is a lot of work. Do I really want to do this? Or do I want to get at my Yamato, which I might get? Yeah. You know, it was funny, I was watching UK Jason, and he's starting a build on an Airfix 172 B17. I think that's what it was. Anyway, and I thought, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun, but 172, that's going to be kind of small. You know, I'd want something big after working with 1/200 scale ships, you know. I don't know. I think it was 172 was the very first kit that I built. It was, I don't think it was a B-17 though. I think it was something like a Lancaster bomber, but it might not have been a Lancaster. It was the one with the twin tail, you know. But the Americans had one as well as the Canadian Lancaster. I say Canadian. I think it was built in, I think it was a British plane. Anyway, I should know my planes better. I've had enough experience with them, but the smaller ones, yes, I know. The bigger ones, I'm not too familiar with. Okay. Anyway, about this, I think what I'm going to do today is, like I say, I'm going to determine where is all this stuff going to go. For instance, this obviously goes right here like this. So I know that I don't want to be putting an extra light really close here or underneath it. I think probably we'll drill a hole here and we'll drill a hole here. And at least that's the plan. Also, about my hair curlers here. Military Modeler Paul, I'm sorry that they're pink. Oh, last night I came back to the model table and I messed around with the cell phone to find out exactly which one of these ports. Well, I know that this is a microphone. This would be like the left channel, but I didn't know was that the upper or the lower one of this that is the microphone. And so I experimented around with it, and I've concluded that it's the lower one. So I'm thinking that maybe if I was to take this and cut it in half, and just enough to cover the microphone, then I've got another consideration, is because I've got this case on my cell phone. Is there going to be wind noise created in these other ones as the wind is rushing past them? and it could be that I might find it better to take this off, and I'm going to just experiment around. We did not go out yesterday afternoon as I had thought I might with the e-bike, and I got an old man problem. My eyes will start running, my nose will start running. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's an age thing, but that's okay. I'm having a good time here. I'm not dwelling on the fact that I'm getting older, and and I'm going to find it really hard to carry my plywood down into the workshop later. But well, I got those dozen 2x4s down into the workshop. What I did was I took 2 down at a time. Every time I went downstairs to do something, I'd take 2 2x4s with me, and eventually, after six trips to the basement, I got them all down. We'll get at that shed or box. I'm going to call it a box. I think if I call it a shed, I can't. They don't want me to put stuff like that in my front yard. But if I call it a box, it's different. You can have a box on your patio. Okay. Did I get sidetracked or did I get sidetracked here? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, this thing. Let's recompose here, and I know that this is going to go right about here, something like, exactly like that. Probably within. I probably got it right now placed within about 2 millimeters of where it's supposed to go. So then you can see here, can you still see that? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, you can see here that another thing when you get older, you can't pick up small stuff off the table. Okay, if I was to put a light right here, maybe adjust it a little bit better for you. Okay, put one right here and one right here. And I think they're going to come out in a good place on the other side. Yeah, in fact, I could actually drill them from this side. I'm still puzzled at why do we have these 2 little holes here? That is so puzzling. And I've actually perused through the manual to see if there's anything that seems to be plugged in there, and there's nothing. It could be that when Trumpeter was designing this kit, they had intended for something to go there, and then they forgot to fill in those holes when it actually came to pouring the concrete, if you know what I mean. All right, let's recompose here and drill our holes. Oh. We're probably not going to have a sunrise again today. It's another sort of cloudy, misty morning. But it is 1.5 Celsius. I might get out on the e-bike to do my microphone test. Yeah. Let's get at her. Okay, so this one here goes in this orientation. Right here. So these 2 pegs go into those 2 holes. And you can see it is not going to be in the way of anything. We're just doing a dry run here. This one's not going to be in the way. The piece that we were looking at earlier that goes way out the front, obviously it's not going to be in the way. I don't need to try that. Okay, I stuck these in there, so we'll just take them out for the time being. And we'll put this off to the side, so we don't need to worry about those 2 pieces. The only other piece that we have to contend ourselves with would be our torpedo here, which is supposed to go in this way. And it is going to hang from the overhead bulkhead. And I believe that, yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little thing coming out of the bottom here or something I can point with. Right there. And as far as I can tell, that is supposed to go in this like this. Now this means that, okay, I basically got it. This is about where it's supposed to go, something like this. This is going to be really hard to mount. I think I've thought about this quite a bit, and I think what I'm going to do is that even though it is not going to be correct, I'm going to take a piece of a sprue or something like that and make a couple of supports that might come down the right length and actually glue onto the overhead bulkhead. Otherwise, I think what's going to happen is I'm going to end up breaking this off. It is just too precarious. Even if it's the last thing I put on, there's just not enough area to glue. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. Okay, so what were we doing here? We were trying to determine where is the light bulb going to be hitting any part of this, and this is actually the piece that is going to give us the most problems later. So that would mean that, get something to point with here. If our LED comes back right about here in the center of this area, and maybe right here. Now this piece here actually will go something. Let me just take this off for a minute. This is going to be mounted underneath here, like this, and this oval is supposed to match up with the other oval, like that. And then a torpedo will be possibly, I don't know how that's going to work because this thing's going to be back there in the way. Let's just see what would that look like here. Yeah, it might just make it. Okay, yeah. I think that if we drill our holes here and here, we'll be okay. All right, we've got that concluded now. Okay, here's something else that I just thought of I better consider, and that is that when this part is fitted onto the module that we have basically made up here, try and get it in place here. Okay, it's going to go something like that. Very carefully now that I don't break off any little parts here. Okay, it's going to go something like this. Now, is that in the right place? I might have to sort of get my head around here in the light. Okay, I can see where I want to put the LEDs, and they are not going to be bumping anything there. They are going to go just close to where my finger is that's sticking through there. Yeah, we're going to be okay. Every once in a while, somebody will make a comment with a suggestion that is really helpful, something that I really didn't know about. And that is these drill bits. I think it was 6 airbrush Tony first told me about them. And these things are so incredibly sharp. Yes, they break easily, but if you're careful, they if you're careful with them, you should be okay. I can't talk and work at the same time. Okay, another suggestion was, I think it was Australian Alex. Australia, where they drive on the wrong side of the road? Well, he suggested, why don't you drill from the inside out and put it on I think he said a piece of timber. Okay, so here we go. This is it. This is where it's going to go. And the other one we'll put probably over here. I think it'll be out of the way. Okay, now we'll put on our larger bit. Remember, I put a piece of tape around it so that I wouldn't get it mixed up back in the index, because we found that this one fit really, really well for the LEDs. A few moments ago, actually, I was looking at this piece of tape and I thought, why did I put that on there? Was that supposed to be a depth stop? And then I remembered, oh no, it was so that I don't accidentally get it mixed up with the... Anyway, let's recompose here a little bit. Now, yesterday, when I was editing out the bike ride, I noticed that my horizon was badly tilted, sloped. Yeah, the camera was, I think the camera was drooped to the right. Anyway, there is a way to fix that. And what you do is, when you're editing in post, you straighten up the horizon. You level it. You can rotate it a little bit. You can have it upside down if you want. However, when you do that, what happens is you end up with the corners sort of blacked out. And to get rid of that, what you have to do is enlarge the entire thing. And unfortunately, when you enlarge it, you lose a little bit. So, yeah, a crooked horizon, that really bothers me. I don't know why, but it does. I just like to have my horizon as level as possible. Looks a little bit more natural. Now, that's just my opinion. Now, yesterday, when I was about ready to go to bed, I was shaking and feeling really uptight, and I was wondering what was wrong. And then I thought about the day, what had I done? And well, it's not what I had done, it's what I hadn't done. I was suffering from macro lens withdrawal. I don't think I'd used my macro lens enough. Okay, we're going to fix that. Almost through. Okay, we are through. Now there's another one here somewhere. All right, let's get this nice and square. I'm eyeballing the monitor right now, trying to get it centered in your field of view. Now, when I push down on this, it should sort of level it on our timber. Okay, and here we go. Be careful not to drill a hole in my fingernail. That would be painful. I'd confess to anything. Well, that's it. The die is cast. Okay. Let's see if the LEDs will fit in. Okay. Now, I'm going to try and get LEDs in these holes here. And once again, I want to be careful when I'm handling this not to break that off. So far, I haven't. And you remember, we got two different sizes of tweezers going on here. I mean, two different sizes of LEDs. I don't do retakes. Okay, let's move you in a little bit here. There you go. Why won't it fit? Oh, I remember. We have to use the reamer. Or the awl. Where is that thing? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is, because I don't know how far down on this to go, I'm going to take Tennessee Jim's suggestion, and I'm going to put a little piece of tape on it, similar to what I've done here. And yeah, I'm going to do the first one off camera because I'll be able to do a more precise job. And let's see, we gotta get it something like this. We're going out of focus, aren't we? Okay, I'm going to just have to, yeah, I'm gonna do the first one off camera, and we'll do the second one on camera. Okay, I'm going to be sleeping really good tonight. I've used my macro lens twice now. And I have reamed out this hole. I could have possibly have gone down just a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, if I wanted to go further down, I think I can shove it down. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my awl back in that hole, and then see how far down it goes. So let me get this back out. And okay, that is about it. So what I want to do now is put a little piece of tape around that. Let's get that stuff off of there. I guess I could always take it out and do it, couldn't I? Okay, let's do this again here. Oh, don't let it drop. Okay, now that's about it. I don't want to twist it because it's going to enlarge the hole if I do. Now, I hope this is going to work out. I may have to do this off camera. Oops. Don't want to hear any oopses. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull this out of the hole and do it off camera. Sorry about that. Okay, now this, I wish I had $1 for every time I said okay. Or now. Okay. There, you see it doesn't want to go all the way down. Now hopefully this is going to work. This little tool is working really good for this, isn't it? Okay, I believe we're there. Just pull it out. Oh, I'm going to have to go a little deeper. Let's just check the other hole. And you can't see me doing it, but yeah, okay. I'm going to have to go just a little deeper. So that means that I'm probably going to have to, well, let's just see if maybe the tape will sort of, maybe I didn't go all the way in. Let's try it again. Yeah, I think I just didn't go right down and push up against the tape. So I'll have to remember the next time I do that, to go right up against the tape. At least that's the plan. Now I don't want to push down too hard and go right through out the other side. I think that almost looks like the real thing, doesn't it? They're just the right shape. Just the right shape. Okay, we got them. Well, I don't know if you can read my watch or not here, but it's pretty close to 12:29. And I got a call a little while ago from somebody, and they're going to be coming over for coffee in a little over an hour. So I got to wind everything up here. I've worked my way up to 800 calories today, exactly. And that includes my salad, which contains romaine, apple, radishes, vinegar, and I'm going to put, for croutons, I like to use all bran buds. Now, interestingly, the all bran buds are the most fattening thing per gram. They work out to 2.86 calories per gram, whereas the pizza, the way I made it, is only 2.7. So you would think that pizza would be the most fattening thing by weight, but it's not. Something that's so healthy for you shouldn't be fattening, right? Okay, well, the pizza's healthy too. Anyway, let's give it a whirl here. Yes, I love radishes. You know what, folks? I'm going to call her a wrap, as they say in the movie business. So thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to be seeing you tomorrow.